Ayinger Leichte Bräuweisse.
And remember, life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Ben's Bikes and Booze Reviews. The sun is over the yard arm, and that means it's time for a wheat beer. And I've got one of these. This is a Leichte Bräuweisse. Now that literally translates to light brown white. But bear with me. What this actually is, it's a reduced calorie, reduced ABV light wheat beer, and these are quite common in Germany, as are the non-alcoholic stuff and the lower ABV beers. Not everyone wants to get completely mashed, and there's always a beer of a suitable ABV if you do. But these are on the other end of the spectrum. They're lower ABV, lower calorie as well. So, you know, if you're watching your weight and you do like the taste of wheat beer, which could be me very shortly, this is a good alternative apparently, and it's got all the flavour and all of the body of a decent wheat beer. Now, I'll quickly go into the Ayinger Brewery. I've done it so many times on my videos. I think I must have reviewed nearly all their beers now. Cool stuff from Bavaria. They're a really good brewery. They take pride in what they call their beers liquid bread, and if you've ever tasted the malts that they use and the wheat as well in their wheat beers and the malts in their lagers and their dunkels, they are an exceptionally good brewery. One of the best, I think. And little known fact is they had a bit of a relationship with Sam Smith's, and they used to brew lager, or Sam Smith's, sorry, used to brew lager under license and sell it in their pubs. Ayinger Brau it was called, and very nice it was too. And I can't do a comparison video, but I'm pretty certain that what they're selling now as their organic lager is what the Ayinger Brau was, because for me, Sam Smith's organic lager is probably one of the best British lagers I've ever tasted. It's absolutely amazing stuff. Even if you're not a lager fan, I urge you to try the Sam Smith's organic lager. It's absolutely gorgeous. And their wheat beer is really good too. And I'm sure they must have imparted some of the knowledge from Ayinger on how to brew them, because they just get it so right. That is something a lot of British brewers could take a leaf out of their book and do, and they'd be doing stuff in the German style, like lagers and wheat beers. They'd be doing it right, because, yeah, Ayinger know what they're doing, and Sam Smiths know what they're doing. Anyway, enough about Sam Smiths. Let's get back to this beer. Right, as I said, it's a 3.2% beer, so it's aimed at people who are not wanting to get out of their nut, who are trying to lose weight or watch the calories. So I'm gonna take that on board with the flavour, because usually when you do that, you're sacrificing some stuff. It's 500ml bottle. Ingredients usual: Reinheitsgebot, water malt, hops and yeast. It's got the geographical protected status from the EU on the side of the glass. There is the coat of arms for Bavaria. I'm sure you've seen that if you're a football fan and you've ever watched Bayern Munich. Cap is really nice. I love their caps. It's just like little oil painting. That's a really nice cap. I do like that. So yeah, let's get it open. Right. Now, as I said, this isn't your average white beer. This is a lighter wheat beer. So I'll be judging this on its flavour. Oh, lovely. Smoky bacon and Bavarian cheesy feet. Yeah, it's the, not really. It's that lovely sweet malt that you get only in Bavarian beers. And that's in abundance here. Let's get it in the glass. Do you know, it's been sat in my fridge for ages. And I've been sort of wondering when to try it. And I thought today is as good a day as any. Wow, that's really clear. I'm wondering if there is sediment at the bottom. It's starting to cloud up a little bit now. That is dark, isn't it, for a wheat beer? It's almost like a crystal Weiss. But if I can get the last bits of sediment in here, then it will start looking like a decent one. Is there anything left? Yeah, there is a touch left in that. And that is everything. And it looks like a German Cornetto. Nice, murky, yellowy orange colour. Oh, look at that. Look at that at the bottom. Can you see the yeast? Just ascending to the bottom. Or descending. Ascending, you twat. Yeah, look at that. That is really nice. I know I'm a sad fucker, but shit like this excites me. Can you see the yeast just falling to the bottom? Now it's proper. It's proper murky and cloudy. And this is what I always say. Never fill out half a bottle of Weiss beer. You're not getting the full flavour. You should fill it all out. When it gets to about a quarter left in the bottle, swirl it around, get that in there and just pour it in. And just wait, never take a sip. There's a comparison video, can't remember which one, but I've tried beer before and after. Or I poured one into one glass and one in the other. One's quite clear, one's very murky, one was really strong in flavour, one was quite insipid. So that's why you've got to get it all in the glass. Anyway, looking good, lots of carbonation, head's dissipating. What are we getting on the nose? Yeah, lovely clean smell on it as well, that you only get from Bavarian beer. Really nice. Let's get it down the hatch. Really nice. Tons of that sweet malt, the liquid bread that they talk about in a wheat beer. I haven't had a wheat beer in a while. Carbonation on that is quite abrasive, but everything else is there. You've got the banana and the clove, and just a huge malty, sweet malty bacon. I can only describe it as bacon. They call it liquid bread, but to me it just, I don't know. It's like unsmoked bacon, if you can imagine that. That's what I get. Really nice. It's got a slightly lighter body to it, I think. And certainly the mouthfeel is a lot more carbonated and abrasive, but not too obtrusive. And all in all, I don't think there has been much flavour sacrificed from that to get the low ABV and the lower calories. I've tasted wheat beer from Germany that hasn't had as much flavour as that. It's nice. That is nice. If you do try the other top wheat beers like Schneiderweiss, Weihenstephaner and Paulaner, you're going to notice a difference. There is a bigger finish on it, bigger flavours. However, this isn't trying to compete with them, as I say, because it's light, as it says on the bottle, lower ABV, designed for people who are counting the calories and also don't want to drink such a strong wheat beer. Now, whenever you do that, you're always going to sacrifice flavour, in my opinion. And I think there's a little bit of lacking flavour when you compare it to even the Weiss beer that they do, the normal strength Weiss beer. I think you've sacrificed a little bit of that. But on the other hand, as I said, I've tasted wheat beers before from Germany and from over here as well that are in this style, and they still haven't got as much flavour as that. So this isn't a bad substitute. Believe me, if I had to, if I was watching me weight and couldn't, you know, pack in the units, this would be a great alternative. Carbonation. I know you always get big carbonation in wheat beers, but the carbonation is slightly abrasive on this. I'm going to have to knock a mark off for that, because you know you want your wheat beers to be really smooth and drinkable, not like, you know, it gets me on the back of the throat, and it's not a pleasant feeling when you've got that harshness from the carbonation. I think too much carbonation, it can stifle the flavour, and when it gets you on the back of the throat, it's quite coarse and harsh, and you lose a lot, I think. And it's not as bad as some of the wheat beers. Erdinger being the worst offender. That stuff, fuck me, that is shit. But this has got some carbonation. Yeah. And the flavours aren't as in your face, but I'd expect it. All in all things considered, not a bad effort. So what's the verdict on this? Yeah, it's okay. I knew what I was getting into.
Shayna, they bought their tickets. They knew what they were getting into. I say, let them crash.
When it said it was a light wheat beer, low ABV, lower calorie content. So of course you've got to sacrifice some stuff. But yeah, it's perfectly acceptable. There's a loss of flavour, and the carbonation is a bit off-putting for me. But aside from that, yeah, it's okay. I'll give it a 7 out of 10, and I'm going to knock marks off for the carbonation, the flavour as well. I was going to do that anyway. You know, as I said, it's a light wheat beer, so you've got to take that into consideration. But all in all, and these are a really good brewery as well. They know what they're doing. They produce some fantastic beers. So yeah, I think 7 out of 10. Would I recommend it? Yeah, if you like wheat beer, but you don't like the heavy feeling that you get, because some people struggle with that heavy feeling from wheat beer. You know, you have 3 or 4 of them. I don't, but I've spoke to people who've had 2 or 3 and they're struggling with it. But I don't know if I can fucking drink it till it comes out my ear holes. But yeah, this is a good alternative if you do like the taste, but you can't, you know, drink a lot of it. This is like a good session wheat beer, and of course the low ABV is an added bonus as well, so you're not going to get completely out your nut. So if you think of this as a session wheat beer, it's fulfilling a nice little niche in that market. So yeah, I'll give it 7 out of 10. I'll recommend it if you want to do it on a session. Yeah, and remember, beer is working class champagne.